Hi, my name's Aaron, and I'm going to demonstrate for you the Behringer Vintage Time Machine Delay Chorus Vibrato. It's really a delay pedal. It has two modulation options. It is an attempt to capture the spirit of the electro-harmonics. Yeah, you know, that really famous delay by Electro-Harmonics, the Memory Man. And so it's the same size-ish. It's got the same features, some kind of cool things. It's got a direct out as well as an effect out. And you can switch between chorus and vibrato, or you can use neither one. It's got a decently long delay time for an analog delay, and it's really great as another texture to have around. Would it be the only delay? I don't know, because it's really big, but it's great. And so what I'm going to do is show you some things you can do with it. It's a pretty inspiring pedal. So let's get started. So one of the things that I really like to use a delay pedal for is a slapback. This one does a really nice slapback. When you have the feedback at 1, you actually get 1 repeat, which is kind of cool. I will show you what that's like. There's a little bit of vibrato in this. The mix is at about 6, the feedback is at 1 as I mentioned, and the delay is between 2 and 3. So here we go with that. So real subtle, kind of a really dry sound, not so spacey, but really useful. So for this example, I'm going with the same delay time, but I'm just going with a different feedback, more feedback. So what I'm hoping to show is that you can get kind of a little bit of a chaotic sounding, almost reverb tone from a delay. So I'll show you what that sounds like. So if I take down the delay lower and the mix lower, you can kind of almost hear what I'm talking about with that delay being a bit reverb-ish. Sometimes a reverb can take away parts of your tone in a live setting that you don't want to. You can use a delay. It's a little bit crisper. So almost like a spring reverb. So now I'm going to go through the two different types of modulation on this. The first one I'm doing is the vibrato. The vibrato sound is only on the repeats. So as you turn up the mix, you'll get more of a vibrato sound. If you turn it all the way down, there's no vibrato at all, it's just clean. So here it is with the mix a little above noon. turn the mix up there, so here it is with the mix even higher. You can really hear that effect. Now let's hear the chorus at that same level. So you can really hear a detuning effect happening there. So that's actually pretty cool, but I think the chorus is more useful day to day when it's down lower. So that's the modulation section. So for this example, I'm just going to go through the oscillation on the Behringer because that's something really fun to play with. The nice thing is you've got this giant V in the graphic, and on my unit anyway, right where the V intersects, if you put the pointer of the knob right where the edge of the V is, that is the perfect place for oscillations that don't quite run away. So you can do a lot if you have this where you can get your hands on it on stage. You need to make some noise. That is an extremely fun part of this pedal. So here's something I've honestly never done before, never tried, and that is using the direct out and the effect out. And so what I've done here is I've got another amp over there. They're kind of pointed away from each other, and I've got the direct signal going in that amp, which is a Trainer YGM something. Anyway, and this and the delayed tone going into the Purdy Tube Amps MP18. And I'm going to pan them left and right so that you can really get that effect. First, I'm going to do a slapback that's panned, and it kind of gives a huge effect. If you can do this live or in a recording, it really can expand your sound. So here it is with the slapback. So let's get a little space here. So you could really mess around with this a lot. Hopefully the sound kind of comes through well on the video, because in the room it's a very inspiring kind of interesting sound. Now I'm not one to space out on guitar that much, but this really makes me want to do that. It kind of adds 3 dimensions to the tone, and yeah, I think it could be really inspiring. So that's another cool feature of this pedal. So the good news about this pedal, there's a lot of good news about this pedal, but my favorite thing about it is I paid 50 bucks for it, and I use it on synthesizer live, and I just really don't have any major complaints with it. It has a level knob, which I didn't talk about earlier, which I usually like to just set it at unity, but you could have a boost to the pedal and you can have a cut to the pedal. Currently, I'm at unity just below 6. I'm at unity gain. So, and I find the switching is pretty quiet. That's a complaint about some cheaper pedals. Like sometimes there's a little click when you turn it on and off. So that is one thing to keep in mind about it. I don't know if you're handy with a soldering iron or something, if maybe that can be fixed. But for the money, you really can't beat it for an inspirational tool in the studio. I use it in the studio because it's so big. I don't put it on my guitar pedal board. But yeah, really useful pedal, nice bright LED. Chorus, vibrato, yeah, and I'm hoping to do a back-to-back comparison with maybe a more expensive analog delay at some point, so stay tuned for that. And you can get Behringer pedals off of eBay or at a lot of different retailers. They're pretty cheap, and check them out.